Ba, ba, da, ba.
Hopefully this is all good.
Hopefully.
Hopefully this all sounds good.
Hopefully.
What happened that could have potentially ruined all of this?
I have no idea.
Who knows? Who's
I don't
to
like
say?
anything.
Who is to say? All right. We good? We ready?
Yeah, we're good.
Soup. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name but not on the brain. I am Spencer.
And I'm Shelby.
And together, Shelby and I are here to take you on a journey through life's biggest questions, like, waiter, how is this soup made? Is it made with stock? Is it made with milk? Is it made with
Love.
beets? Is it made with leeks?
Ooh.
With radishes?
Ooh.
Is this a bisque? Is this a bisque that you just served me? Because it's delicious, and I need to know right now, how is it made? Shelby, how are you?
I'm good. Talking of soup, I would say if anyone's ever been to the northeast of the United States, there's this little soup. It's kind of a big deal. It's called clam chowder.
Mm-hmm.
And I met someone who's never had clam chowder. And I was like, what do you mean you've never had clam chowder? I was like, well, if you've never been to the Northeast, there's a chance, I guess, that you wouldn't like order it or it wouldn't be readily available and like stuff like that.
Sure.
I was like, well, add it to the list. I will be making you clam chowder this fall because you need to have it. And the more I described it, they sounded very, well, then I did say, do you like clams? Because not that I think you need to love clams to like clam chowder. For example, I don't love, do you want water?
I'm just going to grab my coffee.
Oh, okay. I was like, for example, I don't love clams, but I like clam chowder. But I would say if you really dislike the taste of clams, then I would be a little concerned about someone liking clam chowder, since there is that salty, very specific flavor in the chowder. To which they then said, well, I've never had clams. And I was like, well, boy, are we going to go on an adventure together. And just like they've been slowly introducing us to the wondrous world of fast food in the South, I'm excited to introduce them to clam chowder. And hopefully they love it.
Yeah.
They said everything else about it sounded amazing. But I was like, it is a fall-time soup. You don't eat it when it's 85 degrees outside.
You don't.
I'd say most people don't.
So
it's a very exciting development.
They've never had clams. Do they like seafood though? Otherwise?
They said, I believe I asked them, I was like, and I don't remember what they said they've had, but like, it's not like they hate anything in relation to that food. So I was like, well, then I would believe you'd like it. Because it's not such a strong flavor in clam chowder because there is all the like milk and like stuff and potatoes. But I was like, if you hated that type of food, I would be a little worried about serving you clam chowder.
You know what we should make?
You
know what I'm going to learn to make?
What are you going to learn?
I'm going to learn to make a specialty. A Spencer specialty, if you will. I want to get good at making risotto.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while.
Because I think risotto... Hear me out.
Okay.
I would love to make scallops.
Me too.
And get good at making scallops.
Yeah.
And serve it over a bed of risotto.
That sounds amazing.
Nothing fancy.
That is fancy though.
Maybe just a little like, garlic.
Maybe a little lemon.
A lot of, maybe. Probably a lot of butter.
All right.
Buttery and garlicky and...
Yeah.
Probably mostly it.
Does your dad know how to make a risotto?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Because he knows how to kill a scallop.
Murder
it. Cold blood.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Anyway.
Could that be our Thanksgiving dish?
Maybe.
Scallops and risotto?
Maybe.
I would love that. I would love that 10 times more than turkey.
Okay.
But I don't want to put any pressure on anyone.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited to make clam chowder for a southerner, and hopefully they like it.
And you're right, they've introduced us to Cookout.
Yeah, we finally went to Cookout. Spencer, do you have a review? Do you have a 5-star rating review of? Sorry, like on a scale of 5 stars, what would be your review of Cookout? You can be on like certain different things. It doesn't have to be an overall rating.
I mean, overall rating would be a 5.
Yeah.
Out of 5.
Yeah. I think I agree.
But that's with the caveat of we only tried 4 things on the menu.
Yeah. It actually would be so easy to go to Cookout and like get such a variety.
Yeah.
Because of how they do trays. Which, okay, if you've never been to Cookout or heard of Cookout or whatever, it is actually cheap in comparison to what fast food's become.
Yeah,
I would say.
So a tray, the specialty there apparently is that they do trays.
Yes.
There's a $5.99 or a $7.99 tray. $5.99 tray is like you can get a junior cheeseburger or like stuff like that. And then the $7.99 one is just like more normal sandwiches. So you can get a barbecue sandwich, you can get a double cheeseburger, you can get a spicy chicken sandwich, right? Like you can get those things. Like that. Yeah. It's 2 quesadillas.
Sorry.
Shut your mouth. And then each tray comes with like a main thing and then 2 sides. And the sides are like French fries, onion rings, or those things that you get at the front of the tray as the main thing. Some of those things are options as a side.
Which is crazy.
So like quesadilla is a side. So you could get 2 quesadillas with 2 quesadillas. Because a single quesadilla is a side, excuse me.
Yeah.
So you could get 4 quesadillas on one tray.
For a tray of $7.99.
Which, like, when I say that out loud, that's not that worth it. Be smarter with your min-maxing. But yeah.
You can get a lot.
We got a barbecue sandwich. You got a walking taco as one of the sides. Yeah. And we got a honey mustard chicken wrap as a side.
Yeah.
And for like $7.99, like that was good. Like if it was just me, like getting my own tray, like $7.99, I would have probably done that, but instead of like the walking taco, maybe I would have gotten fries or something. Yeah, that's a good meal.
That's a great, and you get a drink included,
and you get a large drink included.
Yeah, which we also tried cheer wine for the first time.
Yeah, which is fine. Like if you have had Dr. Pepper, I think it tastes pretty much like a similar Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
I would almost describe it as more muted, but like I really don't know. Because I haven't had Dr. Pepper in forever. And then you described it as a melted icy.
It is literally a melted cherry icy.
Like, it's pretty spot on.
You are a icy getter, especially at like, I feel like they're always at like movie theaters or hockey games, like, which actually I'm not thinking about them being at hockey games is very weird.
You're saying hockey games simply because we had them at college hockey games. But like,
are they at just sporting events?
I would imagine.
Wow. Okay. So anyway, different event spaces.
I don't know. I don't know
Spencer's
what
mad about
it
the way
is.
I said something in the first 9 minutes.
I am. You have one experience, and then you either just commit that is like a thing at all experiences that are like that.
I just don't think I've ever noticed an icy at like a baseball game.
Please stop. Please stop. You also do it for things where it's like you only went to one thing. Which is not the case for the hockey. Like, I'm not saying this is the same line, but like, you'll do something once and then you're like, this is just this. We do this all the time. And it's like, no, we don't. We've only done it one time. Anyway, I don't know what it is, but it irks me.
All right. I'm sorry.
It really irks me.
I didn't mean to irk you.
It irks me real good.
Yeah.
I get irked.
I can tell. You're real irked right now.
I just don't get what it is.
Like a melted cherry ice.
I don't get what it is. And then that's the other thing. Like, having to go into explaining what an icy is and like where you can get an icy is just like that alone is just insane.
Well, I feel like Dr. Pepper is the like standard explanation, but it's like there's a whole nother group of people who maybe don't drink Dr. Pepper and want a secondary example.
And then you say a cherry icy.
Yeah.
And if they still don't know what a cherry icy is and they only wait for them to understand what it is by you saying you can get them at hockey games.
Hey, maybe one person it clicked a light bulb in their head.
I just don't know if it's necessary, dude. I don't know if any of this is necessary.
I mean, it's not at all. Really? Grogu, any thoughts?
Anyway,
Spencer, how are you? Irked?
I'm irked now. I'm irked and murked.
I'm irked.
I'm good.
That's good.
Let's see. Thursday we were supposed to stream and you nuked my OBS, so
No.
that
I did destroy OBS.
yeah, really lost all
Accidentally.
motivation. And then we were talking about streaming yesterday, but I just didn't have the motivation, so that's not good. But also it's fine, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm annoyed that you nuked my OBS.
That's fair.
And now there's potential that this could be potentially not right or working.
Yeah, I'm also annoyed about it.
Or annoyed's not the right word. I'm not annoyed.
And it's an annoying situation.
It's an annoying situation, and I really hate how much like technical issues, specifically with like OBS and like around recording and stuff, like it gives me a lot of anxiety because you like, and it's not like we do anything fancy with
right.
Like you create one PNG or JPEG, whatever, JPEG, right?
Yep.
Is that the technical term?
Yeah, that's what I did give. I could give you either. I did give you a JPEG.
You give me one JPEG.
Yeah.
And like that kind of sets up everything. Everything else is just the source of like the camera and the game capture. And like that's it. So it's very bare bones, I would say, compared to like what you can do and what most people probably do. But nonetheless, it's like you forget one thing and it kind of ruins it all. Or, you know what I mean? And like, I get so much anxiety from it. And then when stuff's not working, it's just like, I don't know enough about any of it to know how to fix it. And then it just like becomes very like discouraging. And yeah. And so anyway.
Yeah,
I hate how much it,
goofed.
I hate how much it like
can
destroys my mental state.
Yeah.
When it starts to like go wrong.
I know. It's, I exported a file incorrectly and it literally broke OBS. And so Spencer had to reset up everything.
Which there's so many like layers to it to just prove how much this type of stuff like ruins me is that like I didn't take the time to think. And had I might have realized that I closed OBS. I then moved the scenes into the folder that OBS pulls from, and then OBS started crashing. It's like, what's the through line there?
Yeah.
Like, let's think about this. And like, I could not stop and think rationally, and all I could think was OBS is just crashing. OBS is just crashing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so.
No, I get it.
So that was fun. It was not fun.
It wasn't fun, no.
But, I was excited and I am still excited because we're continuing to move through the SNES at a good pace. And then just today went out and I bought another SNES game.
Hell yeah.
To prolong our time on the console.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Very exciting.
And yeah, that's really it. I did realize that, so Breath of Fire, we have the first one. And the second one is also on the SNES, and then 3 and 4 are on PS1. Maybe they're on the 64 too, but like whatever. Like and I don't think I'm like that worried about being so committed to getting them on something. We have the first one though, which is good, so I'm excited to get around to playing that. And then I realized I think Breath of Fire 2 might be on Game Boy, and we have the Super Game Boy thing. So worst case, if we're having trouble finding it for the SNES, we can just buy it for Game Boy. And there might be some like slight differences, but like all in all, we can probably get away with doing that. Yeah. And that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be fun.
So we'll see. And I might try and cheat and like see, not cheat, but like I might try and like circumvent some like tough finds with that sort of approach.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
But yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, just chilling.
It's good.
We're getting out ahead of some recordings, so.
I know.
Yeah. Which I'm very excited. What are we talking about this week, Shelby? I have something.
I do have a small thing that I think will be. It could go nowhere, which is totally fine.
My thing's absolutely going to go nowhere.
Oh, well then great. It should be a great episode.
So
really
I got
buckle
this.
in, everyone. Oh, you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be really quick.
Sure.
This
Cool.
is something that we've talked about a trillion times,
Okay.
but I thought it was funny.
Okay.
There was a thing. There was a thing that was like circulating. Let's see. It's like a chart, and it's the least attractive hobbies for men according to women.
Okay.
And this is once again just
oh boy.
yeah, this is once again an attack on video games.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So a person posted it, and it says the point of hobbies isn't to attract the opposite sex. You do you, whatever it is you find fun. But I don't think a lot of men fully internalize how women feel about video games. At the very least, leave it off your dating profile. It got community noted. The graph is fake, but I thought the graph was so fucking ridiculous that I just needed to like read through it.
Okay.
And just show you like,
yeah,
just how crazy it is. So this is an unattractiveness score out of, I'm assuming 100.
Okay.
The top most unattractive hobby, the least attractive hobby, is playing video games with a score of 90.
It's okay.
Collecting figurines is after that with a score of 85.
Okay.
After that is magic tricks with a score of 80.
That's offensive.
Right.
That magic is less offensive in attractiveness than video games.
Agreed.
I would be offended on
right.
that.
Like I feel like
yeah.
We're going to get there, but I literally feel like this is an inverted. It's not actually because wait.
Okay.
Next up is online trolling at 75.
Ew.
Online trolling is
not a
absolutely
hobby.
the most unattractive thing that anybody can do.
That's also not a hobby.
Like if you're just like a shit poster, like
that.
I don't know, like if you're bragging about that, like even if your shit's funny,
that's not a hobby.
it's not a hobby and it's not healthy.
No.
Gambling.
Okay.
Building model trains.
Okay.
Taxidermy. Taxidermy is
building model
the
trains
third,
is so specific.
The third most attractive out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, that sounds like the setup for like a bad like horror movie. Is you start dating the guy who does taxidermy.
Yeah. And then comic book collecting and then bird watching.
All right, that's such a weird mix of hobbies.
I know.
Which I like that they're not all just like normal hobbies.
And it's definitely all just to try and like dunk on.
Yeah, it's just
playing
troll.
video games.
That thing is the guy who said that trolling is a mediocre, attractive hobby. Like they were like set it in the middle because they were like, I don't want it to be too obvious that I think trolling's the best because I made this graph. I have to put it in the middle, safe. That is so funny.
But it's just like there's always people who come out of the woodworks to be like, no, but seriously, why are you a 35-year-old man still playing video games? I'm just like, yo, I hope I am still playing video games like up until the moment I die.
Sure.
I'm not saying I want to die while playing video games, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he died doing the thing he loved.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Like, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You'll have one Call of Duty game go so bad. It was the end.
Don't kill me. I think I'm going to try Call of Duty. This is how I sound when I'm 42. No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I really hope that like gaming stays a very like, and I can't imagine it wouldn't, but like, you know, and again, I'm not saying I want to die while playing video games. I'm just saying that I hope in the year that I die,
it's dumb.
If I'm 78, if I'm 88, if I'm 98, I don't care, right? Like, I just hope that whatever that year is that I die, I hope earlier that year, earlier that week, earlier that day, if I'm lucky, I was playing some video games.
It's dumb to assign video games as they'll age out of it activity.
It's also just like not.
Like it's not a kid's thing.
It's not.
Like there's no age range to doing it. It's not to say someone can't fall out of doing it.
Right.
But like to be like, you're now 20, grow the fuck up.
I grew up.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like, yeah, I like have nothing to say because it's so dumb. Like, which again, I know the graph is fake, but like the commentary behind it isn't. Whether that person meant it or not. But
I mean, it's like 72% of probably everybody that's like in our age range.
Yeah.
So like 19 to 29 or 18 to 29, right? So like fresh adults.
Yeah.
18 to 29. I'm guessing it's like 70+% play video games.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Like men and women.
Like okay, so
like I would imagine
so when
that
we're like in our 50s, what's going to be the most unattractive hobby? Like
playing video games.
No, I don't think so.
Playing video games will always be the most unattractive hobby, Shelby.
I don't think
it's
so.
always going to be the narrative that gets pushed.
No, I think bird watching is going to take a hit.
I hope. That is unattractive. What are you doing, you fucking nerd?
Like no birds. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like kind of have nothing
like
to
taxidermy,
say.
like one, first off, that's nobody's fucking hobby.
It is some people's hobby.
Yeah, but like, come on.
You have to have so much like stuff for that, like chemicals.
Yeah,
and
stuffing.
Stuff.
Like a large portion of the population plays video games.
Yeah.
A large portion of the population doesn't just do taxidermy on the side.
Right. Yeah, no, it's very
So why is that even on the list?
I'm now sitting here like, what's the most unique but not scary hobby someone could have?
Probably cobbling.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
It would have to be that.
Yeah. Like you're not scared of a cobbler.
Well, it depends on what your allergies are.
It's true.
Was it a peach cobbler? Is it a... There you go. You know, having to explain the joke it always makes it better. Anyway, I saw that, and in an effort to try and make sure I'm grabbing stuff to occasionally talk about, I pulled that in and threw it in and wanted to get to it quick. There was another thing not too long ago where some guy was like, "This is my son."
I hate him.
Yes. I wish I was joking. He's literally like, "This is my son." It's a picture of his son.
Oh,
kid looks
don't
like he's
just post him.
Kid looks like he either just got done crying, might be on the verge of crying, and he's like, "This is my son." He saved up a couple weeks worth of allowance to be able to buy an ice cream cone. A couple weeks worth of an allowance, by the way, is
just buy an
insane
ice cream
because
cone?
an ice cream cone, even with inflation, should only be like $5.
Yeah.
So if your allowance is less than $5 and it's weeks of work, that kid needs to unionize fast.
Yeah.
Especially because of everything else I'm about to say. Kid saves up his own money, buys an ice cream cone, was very excited for it, drops it. As kids do. The dad was like, and I didn't buy him another cone to teach him a valuable lesson.
No.
And then goes, the nice workers even offered to give him one, and I refused it. And it was like a whole thing that
you
like,
are the asshole.
It was like a whole thing to like be like Sigma mindset. And it's just like you're just teaching your 5-year-old kid at a very young age to fucking hate you.
Yeah, what? That's so upsetting.
If my dad did that, if my dad forced me to save up my own money to buy an ice cream cone, I'd hate him. 2, if he did that, which I already hate him, mind you, in this scenario.
Right.
And then I dropped it, and I kind of gave him a look like, "Dad, you have a real chance to get me to not hate you." And he doubled down and was just like, "I'm not buying you an ice cream cone. I fucking hate you, son." I'd be like, "I fucking hate you too." And then 3, if the nice workers offered me a replacement, and as I'm saying yes, he goes, No. He doesn't need it. Valuable lesson to be strong with the ball in your hands. You don't let somebody take the ball from you, son.
That's when you punch him in the dick.
That's
how tall you are.
I would fucking hate my dad.
I would
absolutely hate my dad. I would hate my dad, and I would probably hate my life, and I would not. I like these are the people who at 18 lose connection with their kids and are just like, all I want is a chance to talk to my son again, and he just won't give me the time of day. And I always tried to do right by him. It's like, you didn't buy him a fucking replacement cone, you asshole. Anyway.
That's very upsetting.
Yeah.
I hate that.
And like just like posting it for your internet
Yeah,
points and stuff
that
to, like,
makes me hate
brag.
it 10 times more. Like what?
And like I can't corroborate that any of it actually happened.
Right.
He might just be shit posting,
Right.
online trolling, which
The
is
worst,
only
most
the fourth
unattractive
most unattractive,
hobby.
only fourth. But yeah.
That's so
But
annoying.
that was so many weeks ago at this point that people are like, what the fuck is Spencer even talking about?
Yeah.
So who cares?
It was new to me.
And then there was this guy who he had a bag of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Shut up.
And
we're not doing this.
And then there was this guy. He's called Bean Dad. Anyway, and then there was a duck and it was drinking a milkshake.
Oh my God.
Do you know the whole very, very mindful, very demure?
Do I know of it? Yes. Do I know exactly where it started? No.
TikTok, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a person,
Yes.
like I guess a person who like would kept saying it in their videos,
Yeah.
and then it blew up.
And blew up.
Yeah.
And then did you see what already happened?
No.
Somebody was like, we need to kill all corporations because they posted their email inbox.
No.
And it was 4 or 5 different ads from 5 different companies where they were like,
very mindful.
this
very
sale
demure.
is so demure, so
Yeah,
mindful. And
that's too
like, shop
fast.
this for mindful demure. And it's just
Yeah.
like, wow. It's that meme of like 2 people who are passing a ball back and forth. And then just corporation comes over and is like, look at us do it now.
Yeah.
We're doing it too.
Yeah.
And then everybody walks away and it's just the corporations left doing the thing.
Yeah. No fun. I really also, I don't know if you saw this at all. There was a thing, it's kind of still going on, under consumption core. Like, this is so under consumption core. And it started with people just like showing parts of their life that are like, really, it's just a lot of it was people who are like, I just don't go blowing all my money on stuff because I can't. that was like a lot of it. It was just like, but like,
welcome to my reality.
They-
Let me put a cutesy term to it so
Well,
that I don't fucking hate my existence.
a term's not the worst thing in the world because it does kind of bring a sense of like identity to
Yeah.
it.
No,
which,
I know.
Like, lets
It's
people talk about it.
100%.
And some of it was just people being like, I just don't agree with like overconsumption. So
Yeah,
this is
and
what
then
I do.
at some point, Kim Kardashian
Probably, I don't
latches
know.
onto it and
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, look at my closet.
I did-
I also did it.
So it went for like a few weeks. Like, it's been going on for a few weeks now. And it's been like, honestly, very nice. It's just people being like, I just fucking live. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think about it. I just live. But it's like, why do we have to have all this shit? And then I saw my first person doing it ironically. And I closed TikTok. I was like, nope, we're done for the day. Because I
delete
was
it.
like, wow, this is like, I'm sure there are people who like, I'm sure there are people getting worked up about dumb shit. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But seeing my first person doing it ironically and being like, under consumption core, and like some people will be like, my skincare, I literally have like 2 to 3 things
Yeah.
for my skincare, which I'm not going to sit here and argue what number things should have for skincare. I don't fucking care. I'm not a dermatologist, but it's like, it's obvious when it's like, I own the stuff I think I should have.
Yeah.
Maybe my doctor said I should have, and that's all I own.
Or like
there's a difference between that and like, here's a basket
Yeah.
of shit,
Or-
probably half of it expired.
Any woman posting like the shower with only like 2
Yeah.
bottles.
Yeah.
Like that would be, right?
That's what-
Because
yeah,
you're
like, people
leaning
are
into
doing
the
that.
whole
Right,
thing
right.
where it's like,
Yes.
the whole joke is that women always have a trillion different
Yeah.
products.
So,
It's
yeah.
because they actually take care of themselves and then just get 3 in 1.
I mean, like, again, there's a line.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where that line is for people, but there's a line, and it's obvious when someone's
But
just
then-
like, this is what I
but then
use,
what,
and I use
somebody-
it. And someone was like,
Under consumption core, and it's literally
Yeah.
just they min-max their entire shower with 14 different shampoos.
Right, like
that
they're-
they're like 1 squirt, 2 squirt, 3 squirt, 4 squirt, and
Like-
they go down the line and they put it in their hair.
they were doing ironically, like, not to the degree you're explaining, but yes, like, when someone would show, like, maybe.
Wait, you're telling me somebody hasn't made content like I just said?
I'm sure someone had. I'm sure someone has, but
Why are you getting so annoyed with me?
it's, I'm just irked. It's, yeah, like, literally, like you said, I can't say any other words. Anywhere you would picture like it's a reasonable amount that a human would use and get through and then buy a new one when they need it, someone's using it ironically and being like, yeah, but I have 3 times that amount and I'm aware like I don't need it. And the caption was so clearly just like under consumption core who basically, because it's like
Yeah.
not me.
Uh-huh.
I was like, God, that's where shit like this sucks because I know you're using it because it's trending.
Yeah.
And I didn't open the comments because I didn't even care. Like, probably a lot of people were like, oh my God, me too. Like, it's so funny that it's trending and like I can't be
Yeah.
a part of it.
This is so funny. And don't you just hate poor people?
And then there were probably people getting mad about being like, this isn't what the point.
Yeah.
But it's just annoying. But yeah, I
It
do
is.
know the very
It's
demure, very mindful.
I can at least still like semi be okay with, because it's like at least still like the people,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like I hate that you're taking something and like kind of ruining the vibe of it, but at least it's still the people interacting with,
Dude.
and like molding the trend.
I'd love to see a corporation try to use under-consumption core.
They couldn't.
But they'd try.
It's like when the
They would
FBI
try.
or CIA, whoever it is, like
FBI posts on MLK
on
Day.
Martin Luther King Day. It's like, all right now.
Yeah, right? Like,
Why are
we
you doing
all
that to
know.
yourself? You get community noted every year. Like, just sit this one out.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna bat an eye if you don't make a post.
Right.
Nobody cares. Nobody's asking you to do it.
Yeah. So.
I think, like, if I can say something
No, you can't.
potentially bold,
Okay.
but like,
Grogu. No. Grogu's being walked away from the situation. So sorry, everyone. We are trying to let them figure out their own rhythm, and of course, it means to be right where we are when we're trying to do other things. Get a dog and a cat, they said. It would be fun, they said.
if I can just say something,
Yeah, sure.
you know, I really get tired of the whole, like, you know, every Pride Month, you know,
Yeah.
companies are like,
Yeah.
hey, it's June, and now's probably a good time to remind you that, yeah, we're fine with gay people.
We know how to put a rainbow next to our logo.
And I honestly think, like, I think, like, putting extra effort in during the month is, like, fine. But, like, goddamn, I just wish it was just, like, all done so much more naturally. I hate how, like,
Yeah.
forced. And I forgot why that just popped into my head. There's something, and then Grogu jumped on my desk, and
Sorry.
I lost it. But yeah, I really hate that. I really hate the the whole, like, posting about MLK. It's like, you can just, like, nobody needs to post during Pride Month.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, like, I think I get a little more annoyed when that's the only time you decide to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying, like, believe it or not, I'm not saying, like, I don't want you to care.
Yeah.
Right? It's
right.
like, no, it's just like,
want authentic.
yeah. And
action.
none of it feels authentic.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody will bat an eye, and nobody will care if you say nothing.
Exactly.
It's way more meaningful if you just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, don't post Pride related content any other time of the year outside of Pride Month challenge. I think we got to get that trending to like kind of hold these companies' feet to the fire. And it's like, either you're an actual ally or it's performative, and, like,
Or
just be real.
Rainbow capitalism.
Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah.
it just really irks me.
I know. I feel like minorly working in social media, I actually dread posting about holidays.
Yeah.
Because it actually is so whatever. And in what universe? It's the really annoying thing where we've let companies become individuals.
Yes.
In terms of policy and in terms of, like, social construct.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, we here at Fill-In Corporation wish you and your family a happy Easter. No, you don't. Like, no, you don't. No, you, like, I hate that. Like, I hate reading it.
And do you think somebody...
I hate typing it. I hate, like, it feels so disgusting.
So-and-so corporation,
and
right?
it's like, who's liking that? That's one, from a metric standpoint, that's not a shareable post. No one's doing anything with that post. So why do we do it?
I mean, people might like it.
Might. But amidst the, like, you're actually looking at, like you're just, to me, it doesn't make sense. Why do companies do it?
And it's an attempt to pander, for sure. But like
two.
yeah. Well, people who care about Easter.
I
or
know.
people who care about Pride. Or people who care about...
just like, is it
It's to
actually
try and
getting you
win.
anything?
Maybe, maybe not.
I know.
But my thing is so say so-and-so corporation
Yeah.
every year, they say they wish you and your loved ones a happy Easter, right? 2025 comes around and
Yeah.
they don't post.
Yeah.
Does anybody fucking notice?
No. Literally, I'm like, companies, stop posting about holidays. Stop. Like, it actually irks me so much.
Yeah.
Because there's
And
zero
think about-
authentic anything behind it.
Think about the type of person who would notice that.
Yeah, that
Crazy.
person should not be allowed
Crazy person.
anywhere. Exactly.
Like, imagine texting somebody and being like, did you notice that... Did you notice that...
Here's Target didn't wish me
Yeah.
a happy Hanukkah.
Did you notice that Audi didn't say Happy Pride this year?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they said it last year. I went back through.
Yeah. No, I hate it. Like, that's actually my least favorite thing, is obviously just on top of the, again, humanization
notice
of
Adobe?
corporations.
Adobe didn't say Happy 4th of July. Do they
Yeah.
hate America?
Right. Like, that's actually
Who's watching that? Who's like hawking
my
that?
least favorite thing about social media. Has to be corporations and holidays.
That's your least favorite
That
thing?
is my least favorite thing.
Bold.
Yeah. That's it right there. I don't think corporations should
Bold.
post about holidays. It's just a waste. Pointless.
I've really thrown us off here. I'm so sorry. What did you want to talk about?
So, like 2 weeks, you're going to hate this because I have been fluctuating on this thought for like a few weeks now.
Uh-huh.
A few weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
I was like, it's really dumb tracking the things I do. It is dumb to track the movies I watch. It is dumb to track the books I'm reading. It's dumb to track. I had a day where I was like, I'm anti-tracking. I know. I think this would be an interesting conversation because I've been flip-flopping on this thought ever since.
Uh-huh.
I think it's dumb. Like, we can like track the food we're eating, which we can track the clothes we're wearing. We can track, like, we're tracking everything. I'm not even trying to be like, the government's tracking, but like, we're as humans, like, electing to track a lot of stuff out of like interest in a topic or in seeing patterns in ourselves. That's what I'm talking about. And I had like a day where I literally wrote, I'm no longer tracking my movies. Am I going to stop tracking my books as well? What's the point of tracking at all? I'll pass it off.
No, keep going.
No, but like, so I felt really strongly about it that day. And I was like, I'm done.
When we watched The Revenant,
Yeah.
did you
Mark
track it?
I did.
Hmm.
Yeah, see? Like 2 weeks passed.
I genuinely have one question, real
Yeah.
quick. Don't get mad at me.
I'm angry. I'm irked.
Don't get mad.
I'm irked.
I'm not trying to say this in any way other than a very mean way.
Yeah.
You forget so much.
Yeah. And that's going to bleed into why I flip-flop on this.
So much.
Yeah.
Do I think you need to track everything? No, probably not. Maybe
Right.
not. Right?
Right.
Do I think maybe it's a decent idea for you to just mark that you've watched a movie? Probably. Do I think you need to like review it and do all that stuff?
Yeah.
No,
Right.
I don't.
Right.
But do I think you should just check and say like, I watched this.
Yeah.
Maybe reading the synopsis
Yeah.
2 years from now when somebody goes, have you ever seen this? And I can look back and see that I have seen it and then like read the synopsis and then say like, I don't really remember it. Fine.
Yeah.
But at least you know with some level of certainty that you have for a fact either yes or no seen something.
Mhm.
Just saying.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying. I
No.
see it as very valuable
You
for
are
you.
not being mean because that's exactly where I'm at.
I have weird filing cabinets in my head
Yeah.
where I track things.
Yeah.
So I don't even need apps fully.
Right.
I need to track things that I want to get around to because
Right.
I lose track of those things.
Right.
But once I've seen something or watched something or heard something, for the most part, it's tracked.
Yeah.
It's marked off in my head
Yeah.
for the most part. There's some movies and stuff that I'm sure somebody could be like, have you seen this? And I'd be like, yes, absolutely, I have. And then that's the end of the conversation. It's not that interesting.
No, see, and this is where I'm flip-flop. Okay, I think the question doesn't come down to should I track? It's what am I getting out of tracking? Because I think what has started to irk me is...
Oh, she's irked.
I'm irked. I'm a relative anti-productivity person in the way the internet has spun productivity.
Okay.
Because I think it's like a little... I think it just creates a form of like competitiveness, whether intentionally or not, that like once you start tracking and sharing and like doing all that,
but
it's like, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why are you tracking? It's not if I should track. It's what am I getting out of tracking?
I think
for a day, I just had this moment where, okay, because these are tying two things together. I'm sorry. My brain is frazzled.
No, you got this.
It's tying two things together. I actually find tracking my want to get around to list the overwhelming part.
Yeah.
Because there's so much.
It is.
And if anything, I want to just stumble upon things or someone tell me something and I actually go and seek it out in a short time period that I then do it and can say I did it over like, oh my God, I was listening to this thing and they talked about this movie and I'm writing it down so I watch it eventually. That to me is actually really unhelpful in my tracking.
Yes.
Because I am being very unrealistic if I write down everything I want to do. I already run into that problem on a daily basis. Like it's unrealistic for me to write down absolutely everything I want to do. It has to be one of those things that I just need to decide if I'm seeking that out or if I'm not, and then like move on.
Yeah.
So it's like on top of like, so I agree. I think my tracking needs to be the after event. Like I did that. Great. I now have a source of memory that I did that thing because you're right. I forget everything. So I like to track that I've read that book.
Yeah.
I like to track that I've watched this movie. I wish there was a way I could track shows, honestly, which apparently Letterboxd is supposed to get an edition this year to track shows, but apparently I'm sure that's a lot of work. Anyway. So I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
But I actually think my problem is I no longer want to track what I want to do.
Your wish list, effectively.
Yeah, like I don't want to wish list anymore.
Yeah.
And I realized that mostly with books and movies, which I do have a small wish list of books and movies on the apps that are just there since I've had them.
I feel like ever since getting you on Letterboxd, I felt like you've been fairly smart about your want to watch.
My wish list is not big.
Yeah.
In comparison to what could be.
Mine.
Yeah. Yours is huge.
I want to watch everything.
I kept mine really skinny, and it's like I look at it every few months and I'm like, am I going to watch any of these? And then I start taking them off. Because it's like, I just need to be honest with myself. And at this point, I think the thing this also ties into, which I'm like half saying, is I'm really tired of recommendations. Like I listen to like booktubers. I actually almost avoid writing down any of their recommendations because I just want to walk into the library and like pick a book.
Sure.
Like I want to have that experience again of just walking in.
Yeah, I think.
And like exploring and reading backs and being like, ooh, that sounds like a book I'd read.
Yeah, I like that. I also think like taking on recommendations still can be good.
Yes,
I think
100%.
I think what you're kind of getting around to is that like for you especially, you just need to be hypercritical of like if they don't have you completely sold on something,
I'm not
like
picking it
you're
up.
not adding it to a wish list. Maybe you get around to it eventually. Maybe it happens.
Right.
But like, it's got the review in and of itself has to be impactful on you for you to then add it to your like wish list.
Yes.
I think that makes a ton of sense. I in terms of you saying before, like, what's the why? Like, why are you tracking?
Yeah.
Particularly like movies and stuff, because like again, we don't do it, I don't think, out of like a means of like competition.
No.
But like I just genuinely think that like we as a society, like we interact with various forms of media and entertainment, and so like it becomes a topic of conversation that you can like it's for the most part a like universal thing that can be like discussed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much everybody in some shape or form probably interacts with TV, movies, gaming, or reading.
Yeah.
Like if you're interacting with somebody who doesn't do any of those four things, like it's kind of crazy, especially in today's day and age. And I'm not saying it's like good or bad, or otherwise. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it is like the bottom of the barrel, last ditch. Like we just need something to talk about to pass the time. Have you
watched
seen anything lately? And it's like, right. And then it's like, yeah, I have. I've been watching Breaking Bad. And then the person's like, oh my God, I watched Breaking Bad when it first came out. Is this your first time watching it? And then you're like, it is. And they're like, what do you think about it? And then you just go, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then you can just.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think like for
I
you,
agree.
being able to like call back if somebody's like, have you seen this thing? I think can be really helpful because you will with the utmost confidence say, no, you haven't. And then somebody will explain the entire plot of a movie you have fucking seen already. Immersed.
For context, and we probably told the story before, and it's barely a story anymore. I did rent Snow White and the Huntsman 3 separate times because I was adamant I'd never seen it. And I watched the whole movie every time and then would go, oh, I have seen this. So yeah, that's why I should be tracking my movies. Because yeah, basically anytime we're in a group conversation and someone's like, oh, have you seen this? I genuinely have to look to Spencer and go, have we seen that? And he'll just be like, yes, we've watched it. So yes. Yeah, I think it was just interesting.
I also just find it so funny and interesting that like you are incapable of remembering most things.
Yeah.
No, but genuinely, like it's so crazy.
I have a really bad memory.
And I need to be more what's the right tolerant of that because like it's dumb for me to expect you to have an idiot savant brain like me where I remember pointless shit. But it's important to me.
Yeah.
And then when you don't remember those same things, I'm just like, what's even the point? Why are we even together? No, it's just so funny because you're like, we watched Aaron Brockovich for Movie Club last week, right?
Yeah.
And you were like, did we watch this movie? And you were like, I would say you were 75% sure you had seen the movie before.
Yeah.
Like you were like, pretty confident that you knew you've seen it. Didn't remember much about it, which same. We watched it in college. We watched it junior year of college because I can remember these
where
things.
we were when we watched it.
Yeah, we were in your dorm.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
That's fine. Like, I'm not expecting you. But like, I like. It would be nice if you remembered that like we did this thing together.
Sure.
But whatever. I guess nothing we do together is memorable.
Sure.
But like. For the next movie club, The Martian is on the list. And you were like, did we go to the theaters for that? And it's like, or you were like, did I see that in theaters? Like you.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe you did. I don't think so. And then I was like, we watched it.
Okay.
And you were like, I don't know. I don't care. I hate you.
I did not say that. I was just trying to remember if we'd seen it in theaters. I do remember seeing it.
And I don't because I fell asleep. But I remember that. I fell asleep, and I can remember exactly where we were watching the movie as I fell asleep.
So have you not seen the whole movie, technically?
And I wouldn't remember it anyway, because that was even before Aaron Brockovich, probably.
Well,
that was probably sophomore year of college. But it was over the summer.
Yeah.
Which is why I fell asleep.
Yeah.
It also happened when we watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
You fell asleep?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a really bad memory, and I don't really know.
Do. And it's so funny because it's like, what is being stored otherwise?
Literally nothing.
If you could take a drug that would like increase your memory capacity, would you do it? Do you wish you remembered more things, or do you think like it provides you with like an opportunity for like whimsical?
I see my lack of ability to maintain memory as
because you're just constantly making new ones.
Yeah, I'm constantly
that you're not remembering.
That I'm not remembering. I say that makes me a fantastic listener and excited learner.
You're a terrible listener because give it 3 days and you've already forgotten everything that has been said to you.
But I was great in the moment. I'm all in.
Dude, you're talking to a sponge that's going to get wrung out.
Yeah. But
how is that helpful?
I'm all in the moment.
You're not going to store root beer in a fucking sponge.
Okay.
You're going to store it in a bottle.
Bottle.
Where you can depend on the bottle still being there.
But I just see
in
myself
a few days
as someone who can like be interested in just about anything that's happening because I know it's not staying.
You're like, wow, this is fascinating. And at the same time, I don't fucking care.
Kinda. But like I find it interesting. I find it interesting in the moment and then I let it go.
That's annoying.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, because I'm the one who has to interact with that.
But
on
I
a
love
daily
like
basis.
I'm that person who's like you'll be on like a historical like tour and someone's like, and this happened in 1643 and I can have heard that 5 times and it's
still awesome.
And it's still awesome.
You're like, wow, this rocks.
I'm like, wow, that's so interesting.
We bought and sold people. That's so cool.
No. But I can like hear the fact I know I would have learned previously. Like upon hearing it, I'll know I've heard that before. And that's how I feel about everything. Like it's like, wow. And it like hits me just as hard in that moment as it would have at any other time because it feels like completely new information. I know you hate it, and I try really hard to remember things you want me to remember.
Well, I think I just like especially hate it when it's like...
And I don't feel good. I don't feel good about being like, I have no idea. Like, that doesn't bring me joy to do that. But I'd rather not, like, just nod along and, like, lie.
Well, yeah, I don't want that either.
So I, like, try really hard to, like, think about it. But I'm like, I'm going to be honest, like, nothing's coming to me.
Yeah.
And, like, I wish I could say differently. But, like, I'd be happy for you to re-explain it to me.
Yeah.
But I know that's what irks you, is you don't want to
Well, like, the other day I said
it.
Robert De Niro, and you were like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And that made me...
And then in 30 seconds later, I could quote Lily Gladstone. I could say Lily Gladstone's name.
Yeah.
And you were like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, because I said that honestly does kind of make sense. At the very least, her performance was very impactful and
I haven't
like
even
very
seen
important. No, I know, but I'm saying like
yeah.
It was
A
in the news
momentous
cycle
moment,
and like
yes.
Whereas like Robert De Niro has just been Robert De Niro for the past 60
Ever.
years,
Yeah.
which is again why I feel like you should recognize the name and know the face and everything like that. Regardless, whatever.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
sorry.
No,
you're good.
I was just gonna say, what does it say about me that I get annoyed at your inability to remember things that really don't matter? Annoyed's not the right word. Disappointed, maybe, is the
I'd
right
say
word.
like frustrated.
Yeah. I get frustrated at your inability to remember things that do not matter. I can sit here and say for a fact they really don't matter. Like, it does not matter if you remember that you've seen the movie Bullet Train or not.
Great movie.
Because what a ride. You get to do it again.
What a ride.
And I have an ability to remember all these things that do not matter. But I don't have the ability to remember that we apparently did agree to go see The Lion King.
I swear we had a whole conversation about it.
I know we talked about it.
But like, I swear I literally was like holding my credit card and went, you're okay if I purchase these.
And I probably said like, yeah, whatever.
But now you're sitting here.
But now I'm like, did I say yeah, whatever?
To go see The Lion King.
Like, I remember the conversation going one direction. But anyway.
Yeah. I think the question was,
but like,
why am I tracking?
Do you get annoyed at my inability to remember those things, which are arguably more important?
No, I just feel bad
when I
then
get mad.
No, because then
I
start
to remember
quickly
things
going.
When I remember dumb things.
I start quickly going the route of like, did I make that up? I start gaslighting myself.
Gaslighting you is so easy.
I'm like, it is. It's so easy. I have like very little faith in myself, and I'm just like, oh my
which
god,
right.
did I just buy them and I didn't even say anything? Like, I could have sworn we talked about it.
No, we definitely.
And then,
did.
but I say that's the route my brain goes before I'm even like.
I literally
Spencer, we talked about it.
I'm just remembering back.
Yeah.
To that conversation where I was like,
we
have a busy week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then my brain went. So it's like, we said we have a busy week, and then it's Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
We either, from that conversation, went,
so let's add
let's just do it.
Yeah,
who cares?
why not?
Or we went, that's a good point. Let's not do it. And apparently my brain was like, we probably went that direction, knowing us. So I had
in
to
a lot of
commit
situations we would have.
my brain. So that's in 2 days.
Yeah. I'm excited. We'll have to talk about it. I'm excited. I love going to shows. I would go to a show like every week.
Tired. I'm already tired. I'm already exhausted from the week ahead.
All right. Thank you all for being here. We should have a really fun update on our next episode. So I don't even know what we talked about today, but it was a good one. So thank you all for being here. If you'd like,
already forget.
No, I know we were talking about like social media and hobbies. Oh, comment your most attractive hobby that you do. That's what I want.
Most attractive hobby?
Most attractive.
Ooh.
I want positive.
What's your most attractive hobby?
I'd say like staring at myself in the mirror. No, my most attractive hobby is I don't want
to. Can I? Actually, wait. I should say what your most attractive hobby is, and you should say mine is, because like this is the thing that attracts me to you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Isn't that the route to go?
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Okay. This is going to sound shitty.
Oh no.
But I would say your most attractive hobby is
learning to shut the fuck
up. Learning to shut the fuck up. No, I would say, and again, I know this is going to come across bad.
Oh great.
And so I'm really sorry.
So ready.
It's
forgetting
your,
everything.
No,
Sorry,
it's your cooking. It's absolutely your cooking, and your I would say like whimsy at cooking, and like being willing to like try new things, and then it turning out to be delicious is, they always say the key to anybody's heart is through the mouth or something like that. And like, yeah, you put that stuff to my mouth and it's so good.
I was going to say baking for myself, because I love that it's an activity that if people don't like the act of it, they always like the outcome of it.
Yeah. That would be the thing. But I know that's like a very pigeonhole.
That's all right.
Typical woman. I love it when you clean. I love when you change my diaper.
Nasty. Your most attractive hobby. No, I'm trying to think like, okay, so like I just know I don't want to just blanket statement say video games, because that feels very,
that's my only hobby.
Well, no, I would say a lot of your hobbies do kind of funnel down to like some sort of collector-esque thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be very specific. I would say your most attractive hobby is, I want to say, this is going to be very specific, your secondhand video game hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I find so much joy in you finding joy in like the hunt of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
so when you're watching me in like a store, you're like, I want to jump those bones.
That's what's going through my head.
That's what's going through your head.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what's going through my head.
All right. One of these days.
And then you're like, and you go, what's my spending limit? And then sometimes
then you dry up
drops a little bit. Yeah. No, but I think like that specific aspect of it is like it.
You're so full of shit.
No, I love it. Your spreadsheets, your level of organization, how into it you are. I love it. I love the commitment. I love the passion. And I love that when there's people that like are even mildly interested in something, you're like, we can go here and like look for it. And like you like take them. Like I think it's really, I love that. Like we've taken a few friends to like our favorite retro stores because there's like a game they played as a kid. And you were like, do you want to go? And they're always interested in it and you have so much to share about it. That's what I love. I didn't want to just say video games. That sounds dumb. Say thank you.
No. What?
All right. Both of our socials are in the description. You can find this podcast on YouTube and most platforms that stream podcasts. It is on Instagram and TikTok at SMSoup Podcast. We just did our movie club episode. So if you missed it, you should go listen to it. It's really good. And we're already excited for the next movie club that will be in the end of October.
If you're interested, it's 2015. So there's 8 movies.
Yeah.
Remember, 2009 is when it started to expand. So
if
you're interested, you probably should start planning and getting on it.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks all for being here. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.